Hello and welcome to our third card trick. This one requires a little more skill in counting and the video might be a little longer, but it is an amazing trick. Okay, so before the trick even starts, just like trick number one, we're going to have to know that bottom card. You're going to memorize it quickly. And all it takes is a quick glance. So boom, 7 of hearts. We know it's there. Now, you're going to fan out the deck of cards, and you're going to tell your audience to pick a card. Okay? If they pick the bottom card, good, they can pick it. You know it's the 7 of hearts, and you can just say, is your card the 7 of hearts? And they're going to be like, how did you know that? They won't pick the bottom card, though. So let's say they pick a random card in the middle. We'll take this one. Your audience takes this one, and they selected, okay, they selected the 5 of clubs. So they're going to show all their friends, show everyone, and they're going to keep it safe. And you're going to say, okay, now I'm going to make 3 piles of cards. So 1, 2, 3. We'll move these all into the camera shot. So now there's 3 piles of cards. The only thing is, we know that this was the first pile we put down, and that has our bottom card on it. We know the 7 of hearts is here in this deck. Okay. Now what you're going to tell them is to take their card and choose one of these 3 decks to put it on top of. So if they put it on this deck right over here, sure, they can put it there, and then we're going to take our deck that we know the bottom card of, and we're going to put it right on top. And then we're going to take these, put it on top of the third one. So now, this seems random. They think their card is somewhere in the middle of this deck random, but if we were to look through it, if I were to fan through it, we would see that our card comes right before their card. Our bottom card, we made it so our bottom card comes first, and then their card is next. So whenever we see that, we are going to know that their card is right after our bottom card. So at this point, they've picked the pile they want to put it on. And we're going to do it one more time, because if they choose to put it on the first pile, so our bottom card's on this pile. Let's say our bottom card is now the Queen of Diamonds, and they picked a card. The card they picked is the 4 of Spades. Instead of putting it on one of these 2, where we can just put this one on top next, let's say they put it on top of this one. Then you're going to say, okay, now, to make it even more random, I'm going to cut each deck. So you're going to take the bottom half of this deck, which has our bottom card on it, and you're going to put it on top of the deck, which has their card on it. So now our bottom card comes first, and then their card. Boom. And for the sake of the trick, you're just going to cut all 3 decks, even though cutting the next 2 don't even matter, because we did it for the first one. Then you're going to take your first one, second one, third one, and there's your deck. So now, the next thing you do is you're going to say, okay, now I'm just going to flip the cards over into random piles. So you flip them over. It actually doesn't matter what order. So you can put 4 in this pile, 1, 2, 2 in this pile, 8 in the next. But all we're doing is we are looking for our bottom card. So remember, our bottom card in this case is the Queen of Diamonds, and then their card comes next. Okay? So we are going to flip randomly. And there you see our Queen of Diamonds came, then their card came. Okay, so now we see their card, and on the next pile, we are actually going to put a specific amount of cards in this pile. So now we see their card is the 4 of Spades, and we are going to spell out 4 of Spades using cards. So the next deck I put down, I'm going to spell 4. So F-O-U-R. You're not going to be saying that out loud. You're going to be saying it in your head. So F-O-U-R. Of O-F Spades. S-P-A-D-E-S. And then you can go after that and just don't touch these 3 decks or this deck anymore. You can just flip cards randomly in random piles and finish putting the cards everywhere. It's not all in the camera shot, but it doesn't really matter because only these 3 piles matter. Now, you're just going to pick up the decks randomly, but you want to make sure you pick these cards up very strategically, okay? So you're going to pick this one up, which has the 4, and you're going to pick this one up, which has of, and then pick this one up, which is Spades. So now, all of these cards together here spells 4 of Spades. Now, you're going to pick up your deck with their actual card in it. So it's right there. Now notice how their card's after 4 of Spades, but I just tucked the Queen of Diamonds in there, which means there's 1 card extra in this deck that I'm gonna have to shuffle to the bottom later. Because right now, this spells, without the 4, it spells 4 of spades, or Fourfspades, 1 extra, and then our 4 of spades. So we're gonna have to shuffle one to the bottom soon. So then I'm gonna pick this up, and then whatever order of cards you pick up next, it's random. Just make sure you put it at the bottom of the deck so it doesn't interfere with your spelling. Now, what you're going to do is you're gonna say, okay, now that we've picked up all the cards, I know your card and I'm gonna guess it right now. So you're gonna take the top card and you're gonna show them. You're gonna be like, boom, is this your card? The 3 of diamonds. And they're gonna be like, wait, no, that's not my card. What are you doing? And you're gonna be like, oh shoot, hold on. Let's figure this out. And now this is where the trick shuffle comes in. Remember how I said we have 1 extra card on the top spelling 4 of spades? We gotta take 1 card and just shuffle to the bottom. So you're gonna take that 3 of diamonds, shuffle to the bottom, take cards, just randomly shuffle them in like that. Just don't touch the top of the cards, like the top of the deck. You could also, if you're not comfortable with the trick shuffle, so let's say it was the 3 diamonds that was on the top, you're gonna say, boom, that's your card. Is it the Queen of Spades? You'd be like, no, it's not the Queen of Spades. So you're gonna say, okay. And instead of putting it on the top and trick shuffling it, you can just go put it on the bottom. Then you have the right amount of cards on the top. And what you're gonna do is, okay, hold on. What was your card then? And they're gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna be like, no, the trick's over. What's your card? And they're gonna be like, it was the 4 of spades. So you're gonna say, okay, how do you spell 4? And they're gonna go Four. While they're spelling it, you're gonna put those cards down. So Four. And then you're gonna say, how do you spell of? Of. And then you're gonna say, how do you spell spades? And they're gonna go Spades. Boom. And their mind will be blown. So we're gonna do this trick one more time. That was a lot to take in. So we're gonna run it from the top. Our bottom card, the Queen of Spades, we know it. So we're gonna say, pick a card, any card. They're gonna pick this card. Okay, they've picked the 10 of diamonds. They'll put it aside. And now we're gonna make, remember, Queen of Spades. We're gonna make our 3 piles. 1, 2, 3, okay? Now they're gonna choose 1 card to put it on, 1 deck, sorry, to put it on. So let's say they pick the middle deck. We're gonna put our deck with the Queen of Spades on top of it. And then we're gonna put that on top of the 3rd deck. When we flip, and then we're gonna move into the random flipping stage. So you're just gonna say, listen, I'm flipping cards randomly. There's no specific order to these, trust me. You can even count. And we're just gonna be looking for that Queen of Spades. We're gonna flip back, we're gonna look for our Queen of Spades. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We're gonna start like this. When you see the Queen of Spades, you're gonna make a new pile. Then you're gonna put their card on top of it. And then you can put however many cards you want on this one because we know their cards after the Queen of Spades. So let's say I put 3 there. And then our next pile, we're gonna start spelling. So we saw our Queen of Spades is here. So the next card has to be theirs. So it's the 10 of diamonds. So we're gonna spell out our next pile. Diamonds. Diamonds. 10 of diamonds. We're not counting that out loud. We're not spelling that out loud. It's in our heads. We have our cards set up. And now the rest of the piles you can do randomly. I'm just going to take the rest of the deck and put it in the last pile. They think it's random. And when you pick up piles, you're going to pick up your 10 pile first, then your of pile, and your diamonds pile, followed by your pile with the actual card in it. And you're going to put that one at the back. Okay? And then everything else you can pick up randomly as long as it goes at the back of the deck. Like so, like so, like so. And then you're going to say, there's no way I know where this card is. We've just done so much shuffling. There's no way I know where your card is. Then you're going to say, was this your card? Boom, 8 of hearts. And they're going to be like, no, my card wasn't the 8 of hearts. And you're going to be like, wait, hold on. Are you sure? I swear I just did that right. And they're going to be like, no, it wasn't. And then I'm going to say, okay, so what was your card? And they're going to be like, it was the 10 of diamonds. So you're going to take this 8. Instead of trick shuffling, you could just move it to the bottom. And you're going to say, okay, how do you spell 10? And they're going to go T-E-N. And you're going to lay those cards down while they're spelling it. And how do you spell of? O-F. So how do you spell diamonds? D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. Boom. Mic drop. Jaw drop. Amazing card tricks. And they're going to be wowed. Alrighty. Thank you for watching. That was my 3rd trick. And we're going to move on to the 4th next video. Thank you.